If I could have your attention here in the Marcy Scott Media Center, we are now joined by Brandon Jones, driver of the number 33 Anderson's Maple Syrup Chevrolet in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Brandon, no stranger to Atlanta Motor Speedway or Atlanta. How's it like to be home here with Anderson's on the car?
I enjoy coming back here, man. This is one of the tracks that, obviously it is going to be repaved, but not just yet. So it takes a lot of skill, a lot of talent to be able to drive this place at the best of your ability. It's extremely wore out, so tires are obviously a big factor here. I enjoy coming back to Georgia, coming back to Atlanta. I've got a little bit of family here. I've got some family in Arkansas as well, so kind of got a little bit of a fan following here. So I'm enjoying it. I just look forward to it.
What's your earliest memory of Atlanta Motor Speedway?
I forget when the first time I came here was. It's been a while. I was definitely just getting into racing, so maybe around 13 or 14 I was coming here.
That's cool. We're going to open the floor up for questions. If you have a question for Brandon, we'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start here with Zach.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. Brandon, how do you feel starting off year 2 after having one full season under your belt? Realize you're only one race in, but you guys do have a pole. What's it been like settling in, and has it gotten easier?
Yeah, absolutely. Second time around, I've seen every racetrack that we've been on now so far. Got the rookie stripes off the car, so hopefully that'll give a little bit more incentive to the drivers, racing around you a little bit. It's kind of like a target on your back whenever you have those rookie stripes. So I'm glad to have those off. Had a whole round of seeing every racetrack. I'm sure we're still going to have our struggles at road courses and things like that, obviously. But I've been here multiple times in truck and a couple other things. So this is no stranger for sure.
Go next to Woody.
So Woody came with MRN. Just curious about you and Brendan Gaughan kind of going back and forth at each other with your Twitter wars. You had the driver's suit last year. If you guys are still pranking each other, and maybe a little hint of what's coming down the road.
I'm kind of scared, man. We've got Vegas coming up, and he said that's his town, and it's going to be a heck to pay for me. So I'm curious to see. Definitely will be able to see some stuff on Twitter and social media. I'm sure on that for sure. I don't know what to expect yet. He said it started off hanging me off the South Point, and then that got vetoed really quick. So.
Additional questions right now for Brandon? Okay. We'll go here to Chris.
Chris Knight, catchfans.com. Brandon, last week's wreck at Daytona looked like it was pretty vicious. Just wondering if that was the hardest wreck that you've ever had in your career and how you're feeling after that wreck.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest I've ever had. Actually, the second one is probably Martinsville of all racetracks. We got hit pretty hard there in the truck one time. I was rattled up a little bit, initial crash and everything, but I'm no more soreness, nothing bothered me. Hit my elbow a little bit, so that's kind of bruised up. But as far as that, man, I'm good to get back in it. I've been in the gym all week long getting ready, and it's been just pretty normal. So I'm good. I'm ready to go.
We'll go next to Lee.
Can you talk about the difference between your relationship with Mike Hillman and your new relationship with Nick Harrison?
I enjoyed having Mike last year. He's been around obviously a long time in the sport, on a truck team now, so that's pretty cool to see him out there. We had very similar personalities last year, I felt like. Obviously, it was a new car for me as well, a whole new season last year, a lot of tracks I haven't been to, and so it was kind of a hard judgment to tell, really, on our performance. I thought we hit it off really well personality-wise, but this year obviously having Nick Harrison. I worked with him as the very first time I ever got an RCR car. It was with Nick Harrison at Iowa. We were fastest in both practices the first time I sat in it. So we've had a pretty good little past for us, and we're enjoying it so far this year as well. We've got a really good team put behind us.
Go back to Woody.
Just curious about what you. It's too early to say expect, but how you think the stage racing might be different at a place like Atlanta versus what we saw at Daytona?
I think the only difference is you're going to see people get spread out some. Obviously at Daytona you're in the pack there. You're all trying to obviously get a stage win, get inside that top 10, and you're just also bunched up and trying to side draft so much there. I think that's where a lot of the wrecks and stuff that you saw were caused from. Here at Atlanta, though, I feel like the top 10 may be kind of in a little bit of a group, but you still get spread out enough. You're not drafting as crazy as like you are at Daytona and stuff. So new aero package is definitely different. I'll be curious to see how it is running around people. But usually you're wide open on a track like this, and now you're having to lift and be on the brake a little bit too. So getting used to that some as well. It's been different for sure.
Additional questions for Brandon? Well, Brandon, good luck out there today, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.